Alright, Mike Mack again. Just want to do my first anime video. So, this would be this is my introduction to anime. So, I've been watching anime since 2003, introduced with it. Well, technically, I've been watching anime since I was like 4 years old with Dragon Ball Z, but that doesn't really count. You didn't know at that point it was a Japanese made thing unless somebody else told you. So, I'm not really gonna count that. So, I've been into anime since 2003 with the show Inuyasha. So 2003, 2018, that made me a 15 year? Yeah, 15-year veteran with it. I feel old now. But yeah, so pretty much a 15-year veteran with it. Uh, I've watched probably over 100 shows by now, you know, ranging from some of the older classics with Cowboy Bebop, Fist of the North Star, Yu Yu Hakusho, Trigun. Now I'm watching some things. I got Gintama on the list, Black Clover, My Hero Academia. Uh, the big name. The new season of Full Metal Panic. I'm watching that as well currently. Keeping up with them week by week. Also like the shows Megalobox, like that boxing show. It's a really good show. The main character in there is dope. Golden Kamui. That is right now to me that's like the best show out with the main character Sugimoto. It's an amazing show. But just to get into the history of start watching Inuyasha 2003. With Adult Swim. Not how it's Toonami now, but just Adult Swim. That branches out into introducing me into Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, because those were also being played at that time. You also have Blood Plus, Wolf's Rain. Didn't really like Wolf's Rain, didn't watch that one. Stretched Out in the Code Geass. Trying to think of some other stuff. Obviously Naruto, with how it was on Cartoon Network. Bleach. One of my outliers would be One Piece, because I actually watched One Piece back when it was on 4Kids, and oh gosh, when it was on 4Kids, and how watered down it was with the content, with Sanji eating a lollipop instead of smoking a cigarette. You couldn't use Zoro because of the movie Zorro, so you had to call him Zolo. Instead of a pistol, it was the little cap gun. The scene where the fat guy on Shank's crew kills the bandit. It's just like, oh, don't worry, it's just not done. So those days, just throughout the years, watched different things. Full Metal Panic, caught up on that. Pet Girl of Sakura Hall, seen stuff like that. Angel Beats, all those things. Can't really say I'm a part of the English dub, English sub war. Nah, not really part of that debate. It's some things I'd rather watch in subs. Some things I'd rather watch in dub. Some things aren't dubbed well. Some things aren't subbed well. Some things are dubbed amazingly, and some things are just better off in the original, language. It's like anything else. Some American movies, if you go to some of these foreign countries, they hate the way an American talks in it. Some people, they hate the way their own language sounds when they're doing it. I love the dub version of Black Lagoon. One of my favorites. Love the dub version of that. I love the dub version of Black Clover. If it wasn't for the dub version of Black Clover, I would have never made it past the first 3 episodes. Because everybody, if you watch Black Clover, all the yelling, it's so much better in English. Like the show isn't really better; it's more tolerable in English though. The show is still good in Japanese, but those first 3 episodes in Japanese can really kill you with all that yelling. Yu Yu Hakusho is a show I can watch. Most shows that I started watching as a kid, I prefer in English dub. I'll be honest. Like Inuyasha, didn't really like it in sub. Yu Yu Hakusho, don't like it in sub. Trying to think of another one. Assassination Classroom was something that I preferred dubbed, but I thought was pretty done both dub and sub. I'm also one of those guys I can watch it either or dub or sub. Fairy Tail is one of those things. Um, One Piece is starting to turn more into I prefer sub over dub. At first I was more focused oriented on the dub, but as of lately I've been preferred more to the sub. I still think the dub is adapted really well. I still think Colin Kinkerbeard does great with Luffy, although you can tell that she's kind of losing the ability to do that lower voice tone. So I think eventually they might have to go back and maybe get a replacement actor for her. Nothing against her skills, but after a while, it's a hard strain on your voice. And she still has other, cast roles that she doing female voices. So that seems like a lot of stress on her. So maybe they might have to replace her. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I ever got the chance to do it, I'd do it myself. I was one of the biggest fans, the biggest supporters of Luffy. But over the years, just watched so many different ones, seen so many different ones, seen some good ones, some bad ones, some that you can tell literally had no reason to be made. So just different things. If it's ever any of them that you have anybody that watches, you will watch me eventually now or eventually. If you ever have one that you want me to talk about or look into, I'll gladly do it. I'll be honest though, if I can't get interested in it, I can't force myself to watch a show for a stranger. I don't like it. I'll make a video, be like, look, I saw this request for this show. No. Like, no. I can't. I'm sorry. So, or if it's something, I'll really, I'll try to find that comment, be like, you, person, thank you for recommending that. I really do appreciate it. Because, sometimes that's the best way to just get into some of these shows is through recommendation. Like, currently, right now, I'm trying to recommend the show Gintama to a lot of people. Because it's not as big as what the story deserves. The show deserves the biggest fan base next to One Piece, and it doesn't have that. You still got people who promote Boruto over that. And to be honest, I haven't watched an episode of Boruto since like episode 26. It's like on episode getting close to the 50s, I think. I don't even know. It might even be past the 50s. I couldn't tell you. I'm trying to support. Get people to watch Black Clover, but do it in English. Because it's easier to deal with. Some people who have never watched shows like Black Lagoon, I tell them about that. Like, hey, you need a show to watch that. You don't really want no kiddie, fan girl service type thing. Technically it's still fan service. Anime has to have fan service, but it's like, if you want something that's kind of just raw and unfiltered. Somebody just be like, hey, I'm about to shoot you in the nuts, fuck you, something like that, where it's not just like pretty much childish talk that wouldn't really happen with everybody in the show. Black Lagoon, a show like Black Lagoon or a show like Hellsing, it's a good one for you to watch. So I try my best to say that I'm branched out to a lot of different areas of anime. Only ones I'm not really branched out to is ones concerning like the musical ones where everybody sings, dances, the idol shows, because there's a lot of those shows out there that have been going on for years, and there's some shows that I personally really liked with story content and everything and never got continued. One example is Chivalry of a Failed Knight. I thought that was a really good show with great character development, and it only got one season. And then you have shows like Idolmaster, where it's pretty much the same premise. From what I've seen, I never actually watched it, but from what I've seen and from certain reviews I read on it, it is pretty much like the same thing, and it's 4 or 5 seasons strong, 60 plus episodes, different variations of it. So some of those, some things like that can get under my skin over the years, as I've seen shows I really like. That can sometimes do good with different platforms, like not light novels, or people prefer the manga better. Like Yona the Dawn is something that was done really good in the manga. A lot of people had issues with the anime. The Irregular at Magic High School, people love the light novel. The light novel is still one of the best selling records to this day. You know, people couldn't really make it through the anime. You know, for reasons I can understand. But just just big fan of just the genre of anime. Love it. Been loving it for years, and probably will continue to love it till probably till I pass away. Hopefully, no time soon. I'm still interested to see what shows they can make up. What premises they can be. I don't really do any type of. I will say this. I will try my best to stay away from any ships. Anybody who doesn't know ships, when you make fan service relationships, like you connect two characters together that are either actually in a relationship or two characters you think really get along well and would look good in a relationship. I'm steering clear of those. Clear of those. Not really trying to get in that because those are very serious topics to a lot of people, and I am not about to get into a ship argument with somebody, especially for the people who do some of the homosexual ships. I have nothing against it. I have nothing against homosexuals. So if you do that, I won't have the conversation with you, mainly because I don't want to spark an outrage or offend anybody, anything like that. So I'll still clear that completely. I'll try my best to. If I say something that sounds like I'm promoting a ship or anything, and you tell me, and you be like, hey, you said you wasn't gonna do nothing about ships, but you talking about a ship, I won't take back what I said, but I'll, I'll try to, probably not. I'll try to filter that out pretty much, but that's about it. So 15-year veteran, I've seen hundreds of shows. Plan to do some analysis of some of the shows I watched. A good bit of the shows I watched. Some of the characters that stick out a lot to me. I'll probably also do some of the anime adaptations for the games. For games and stuff, like the Tales of series. If you ever heard of it, if you haven't, it's a great series that's been going on for 22 years. Some of the latest serializations are out PS4. One of the biggest favorite games is actually about to be remastered. Tales of Vesperia. If you need a title to go out look at, they're great games that go into just the morals of being a human being. A lot of moral content in it. The groups are funny, usually really funny games, fun games that you can relate to a lot of the characters. Things like that. I can also do analysis on and reviews on. Well, not reviews, more analysis than reviews. So that's pretty much it by anime. Like I said earlier in one of my videos, I won't really be doing episode by episode reviews for a lot of shows. Right now, I think all I'll really do is Black Clover, Golden Kamuy. I plan on doing pretty good review for that one. My Hero Academia. I might try to do like a season review type thing for it. Not really a whole. Try to break it down episode by episode from episode 1 to I think it's like 49 episodes now. Probably next season I'll start doing week by week reviews for those. Yeah, that's about it. As far as abridging goes, I have no idea how that works. So don't think you'll see abridging things from me. I might shout out an abridged episode that I see or something that I think is funny. Like Second Gear Squad, I think they're hilarious. So I might shout out a video they do. They probably won't ever hear about it, but I shot a video they do. So if I shout it out and you hear me, you watch it, you like it, if you can, drop a boy name, you might contact me or something. But that's about it for my anime video. Just give a touch into what how long I've been into it, gave certain names of shows I watch. You know, if there's certain things that you've watched as well, leave it in the comment. You know, if you ever want to talk about it, or if you want me to do an analysis or break down certain parts of the show. Or if I, said a show you might not have ever heard of, you know, you leave it in the comment if you want to hear more about it. I'll gladly talk about it. I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for your viewership.